Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste and welcome everyone to Satsang today. Sadguru Sri Muji Baba ki Jai. Last day in Satsang?
No.
Questions, reports.
Like some nature doubt is here.
Some
Some doubt. Even I can say
doubt, some doubt.
Yeah, but it's not really doubt mentally. It's like clearness here, and also interaction with your eyes. And still some like subtle expectation,
Yeah.
like should be vanishing something.
Yeah.
And
So this idea that something should change or go away in the level of sensation or perception.
sensation,
Only then we are open or free. This is just an idea. If all sensation went away, then it would be. If all the sensation went away, then it would be sleep state. No? So that is coming anyway soon. You see? So in everything that arises with the waking state, everything that comes with the waking state, nothing here touches you. It is just an idea that I have to do something with something in the waking state.
it's not coming on the mental. It's like stopping in the level of sensation.
How you know it is good or bad? So the judgment about it being good or bad, or it should stay or it should go, is only in the mind. The sensation can be whatever, you see, but nothing inherently is saying I am good, I am bad. It is the judgment that comes from the mind that this should stay or this should go. You see, nothing that arises here, that's what I'm saying, that anything arising here in the waking state does not touch the reality of you. You see, you, when you convert it into something which is you want or don't want, you see, then you pretend as if this makes a difference to your reality, but actually it doesn't. You see? So whatever comes, you let it be. You see, you have not been touched with the rising of this whole universe. You see, why we speak just of sensation which seem to be so limited to the body. With the whole arising of this universe, you see, you have not been touched. You see, but if you keep focusing like that on these tiny, tiny things, then it will seem like a never-ending thing. Because today here, tomorrow there, tomorrow day after there, you see, then stomach, something, something. Let it all come and go. You see. So, because in this idea that this should be like this or should not be like this, we are making ourselves or taking ourselves to be something that we are not. Taking ourselves to be limited. If you were the space which is untouched by any sensation, then would you say why this sensation come? Does this room complain why all these people are coming? I like you, I don't like you. No. So you are that which is beyond even this space. You are more spacious than this space. This space arises within you. You see? So what is your complaint? What should come? What should not come? If the space doesn't complain about what is coming and not coming, you are that space that in which this space comes. But what you take yourself to be is an object in this space. And once you take yourself to be an object in this space, then you can have these desires and aversions. You see? And the mind will keep saying it is not the mind. What is saying it is not the mind? Mind only. But I promise you it is not the mind. Who say that? Awareness self? No? Awareness is same. You see? So don't fall for these simple tricks. You see? I promise you what is bothering me is not in my mind. Like that. You see? It is just purely sensational, purely energetic. But how can something sensational or a perception bother something which itself is not an object? An object can only bother another object, no? You see? Can an object here, can I throw this ball at space and say, got you? Huh? But only if you take yourself to be an object, then you can be hurt by it. You see? So whatever the sensation is, are you the space in which it is arising, or are you another object that is meeting that sensation? Are you sensation meeting sensation? Or are you the space in which this space is arising and you remain untouched by whatever it may be? So it is only the mind which has this idea. It can even have this idea, I come to Bangalore for a short time. I want to have true darshan. But this inward sensation is blocking me. You see? But whose story is that? You see? It is still self definition, taking ourselves to be this object. Did you come to Bangalore or did Bangalore come to you? Huh? If you are that in which the image called Bangalore appeared, then you cannot be touched by anything in this. If you are that in which this waking state comes and goes, then anything in the waking state cannot touch you. But if you try to mix both things up, then it seems very confusing. Yes, I know I am awareness, but should I stay here or should I go? What are you talking about? Awareness? Easy. Or am I getting fully that I am awareness? Or I am the self? Am I getting? Who is that I? Anything other than the self doesn't exist. You see? That's why when the master says you don't even exist. Who are they reminding that you don't even exist? Who are they reminding? You see, just the same oneness, the same consciousness, which is taking itself to be something that it is not. So to drop this identification. You see, what you take yourself to be doesn't even exist. Whatever you take yourself to be. So what do you take yourself to be after coming to Satsang? Huh? What do you take yourself to be after coming to Satsang? What are the options? As somebody who has discovered the self? It doesn't exist. Somebody who is trying to find the self? Doesn't exist. As the self itself? Doesn't exist. As the not self that doesn't exist? Doesn't exist. What do you take yourself to be? As disciple, doesn't exist. As one with Guru, doesn't exist. As getting there, almost there, doesn't exist. As abiding, doesn't exist. I just have to remember this, doesn't exist. I am free now, doesn't exist. What do you take yourself to be? Concerned about sensation, doesn't exist. As a sensation, doesn't exist. As the witness, doesn't exist. As pure witnessing itself, doesn't exist. Awareness, doesn't exist. What is left? Can't say. The one who can't say doesn't exist. The one who can say doesn't exist. What do you take yourself to be? Space doesn't exist. Infinite, eternal doesn't exist. Forget about it. That which remains doesn't exist. The moment you have thought about it, the moment you have concluded, forget about it. Doesn't exist, doesn't exist. She said. What do you take yourself to be? Huh? Nothing? 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 Doesn't exist. To take yourself to be nothing is to take yourself to be something. What is left?
Now I am not taking anything to myself.
That not taking doesn't exist. Now, a bunch of sensations will come and they will bounce around. You see? A bunch of sensations come, they bounce around. You see? That which we call the body. You see? Body. So, now take yourself to be that. How will you do it? Take yourself to be just that. Bunch of sensations dancing in front of you. Become that. Can you do it? How will you do it? How hard do you have to try it? Huh? That is why it is tough to grow up. Leave the childhood innocence and take yourself to be so limited and stuck, constricted.
When you repeat and doesn't exist, from here it's like not resonating. It's like something.
Who cares about that? The one who cares about that doesn't exist. Resonating, not resonating, forget it.
But this is like replaying immediately. I'm replaying in this moment. Like.
Who cares about that? Some noise is coming.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, no, no, yes, no. Who cares about that? Huh? What do you take yourself to be? Just you are some tiny thing waiting for resonance to come. Ah, resonance, resonance. Is there? Who is that? Who is that? Why you take yourself to be so small? Chasing resonance. Who is that? Nobody. Is it? You've been in that classroom for too long now. Is it? You've been in that classroom too long. Just learning the simple, provisional spirituality. What you take yourself to be? That is the question. Who is waiting for resonance? Nobody. Just an idea. If resonance came, how you recognize it? What if non-resonance you say is resonance and resonance is non-resonance? You don't know. Just an idea. Open is resonance? No. Close is resonance. How you know? Just forget it. It's all stuff in the mind. Just leave. Tell me who you are. Without waiting. If you keep waiting for something to happen. If you give your remote control to something in this world, this nice feeling, now I'm happy. Oh, not nice feeling, now I'm sad. Then what do you take yourself to be? Just another object. Freedom is a simple allowing of all states, all feelings, all sensations to come and go. Not about, oh, now freedom means that only this feeling should come or sensation should come. And you are free in your reality. But if you take yourself to be anything at all, it will just make you seem, it will only make it seem as if you are limited. So before you can conclude whether something is true or false, good or bad, right or wrong, more or less, better or worse, introduce yourself. Who are you? Let's take a question. Pranam, beloved Father. Is intuition kind of knowing? Yes. How to differentiate a thought from intuition? That which you know, but it is independent of thought and perception, is intuition. That which you know, but it is independent of thought and perception, is intuition. What do you know intuitively without needing to perceive anything or think anything? see? So, your true intuitive insight about your own self, about what is, does not need any perception or thought. Any mental understanding is not needed. So, how to differentiate intuition and thought? If it is a thought, it is a thought. That which is beyond thought is intuition. If it can be conceptualized, it's a thought. Whatever you can think is just a thought. It is not intuition.
Father, provide example.
Hmm?
Provide example.
Yes. Are you aware of your existence? Yes. That is intuitive. You see, because you do not see this awareness, you do not perceive it, and you do not just reply from a concept of it, hopefully. You see, that yes, I heard this in class or something like that. You see, you can check. You see, but this I which is aware of existence, you cannot see and you cannot think. It is just known, but independent of these modes of knowing. That is self-knowledge. So simple. You see? And so simple for you because you do not apply your intellect to it for a moment. You see? Yes. See? When it is, yeah, I know where he's going, and but do I really know I am aware? And then you try to compute it and get stuck in this figuring outing thing. You see, then it's not intuitive anymore. Then it's just
Ignorance
intellectual.
or awareness, ignorance or arrogance is that there is nothing which I cannot think.
Of course, but that's just a thought.
It is trying to think again.
Anything that you can think is just a thought. You see? So, anything that anyone can think is just a thought. You see, what we mean by just a thought? That a thought is completely unable to accurately represent reality. You see, that's why we say just a thought. It is completely unable to accurately represent reality. So if it is reality that we are after, but thoughts that we are buying, then it's like we went shopping for tomatoes, but just looking in the potato section. But most of us are doing that. You see, in spirituality, 99.99% of seekers are doing that. Wanting tomato, buying potato. And then wondering why the pasta is not coming out right. What is it that we want? We want self-knowledge. We want the truth, which is unchanging, isn't it? But where do we go looking? In the realm of change. What will we find there? Is it? If you go to the realm of thought, a thought is not going to be unchanging. If you go to the realm of perception, you have never met anything that just comes and stays. Perception is constantly changing. So, where to find the unchanging? Look in the other direction. Look at where the looking is coming from. What do you find? Yourself as no thing. Intuitively, not as a perception. We have a report about the connection not being so good. Is it fine for everyone else or? It's fine. Okay, seems better now. Okay. Yes. Then the next one is. So what remains is just being, doesn't exist. If you can conclude it, it's not true. All your conclusions are made up. Even those conclusions based on the words of Satsang itself. I am speaking pure nonsense. So if you try to hold on to this as if it is some truth, forget about it. To lose the I thought is to lose every reference that you can make to yourself. See, because it is just a thought, and a thought is just a reference, you see, to something posing as reality, but never real. Even if the thought contains terms which are the most honored, self, awareness, absolute. As long as they are just terms, forget it. If they are no longer just terms, then you will use these words just as mediums of communication, not as reality.
This arrogance has pervaded every
Is
aspect.
that just a thought? Which aspect? Where will it go?
Even if I expose something, there is an arrogance that I am exposing.
That's just a thought. Because tomorrow another thought will come that my humility has pervaded everything. Both are just thoughts. This is because the mind is a very good lawyer. It will convince you about any argument. Look here, arrogance. Look here, arrogance. And tomorrow it will change its tune. Look here, humility. Look here, humility. I don't want this false humility now. You see, like this. Then day after the problem will become something else. All I have is desire. I look here, desire. Look there, desire. It's just thoughts, you see, because if you try to chase them that way, you will not resolve it. You see, everywhere I see now arrogance is pervaded. Let's fix the arrogance. No, leave the thought. There is nobody who can be arrogant. All there is not saying, I am all there is. Who are you? You see, so the arrogant one is the 10th child of a mother who had no children. You see, if you keep diagnosing the ailments of the non-existent one and saying what medicine do I need, what's going to happen? No point. Then next one says thoughts require use of a language that you know. Yes, it is always composed of words. Yes. So we are only bound by words. The only prison is a word prison in our heads. That is why I keep reminding everyone, don't make a new prison out of words of satsang. See? So what I'm providing here is not words to live by. It's words to leave by. Use these words to leave everything, including them. I don't know where these examples come from. You see, but it's true, isn't it? When I started going to satsang, you see, then you feel like you go to the master to hear some words that you can live by. You see? But I don't want the words that are used here for you to live by. Your life doesn't need words. So use these words so that you can leave this word prison. Otherwise, we'll just keep thinking that silence means to keep the mouth shut. But silence, true silence, is just the absence of this word prison. That you're not containing yourself in any conceptual boundaries.
Are we really only familiar with the notions of the word and
Going to the wrong door. No joy will come from that. Don't try to figure it out. What you want it for? Who you want it for? It's the same guy posing the seemingly better and better questions. Yes. You see? And you can spot it this way when the question becomes like, I'm not talking about me anymore. I'm just starting to talk more universally about the world. It still smells of intellect. The same oppressor wearing better clothes. But I have reformed now. I have some valid things. I like the tomato potato example. So that's what the master is saying. If the master finds somebody digging, what are you looking for? I'm looking for tomatoes, master. What are you digging for then? Just mistaken potatoes to be tomatoes. You see, that which comes on this side of your perception, you see, or this side of I am, because a lot of our stories can be perceptionless. I am like this, actually, I am like that, actually. You see, so on that side of I am is always potato. What is on the other side before I am? Only there you will find yourself. So it doesn't matter how good your shovel is. You see, like, this is really good shovel. Let me show. I'll find tomato. It doesn't work. So if you're going to think about it expecting to find the truth, then that is the metaphor. What do you think? That's what you were saying. What is intuition? What is intuition? If it's just going to be another thought, then it's just a thought. It's not intuition.
Intuition is staying as a witness.
Can you
Is
close
that
that door? Maybe that door is open. There's too much. No.
staying as a witness? Is that a thought?
Yes. Like, can you not stay as the witness? What else can you stay as?
As a participant?
No, in the sense that, but that you, even that you are witnessing, no? Even the movement of this blob of sensations as if it is staying as a participant, even that is witnessed by the witnessing. So that which is the blob of sensations can never become the witness, you see, and that can be nothing other than the witness. So what is that instruction for? It is just a thought, you see, and what that thought represents, or what the pointer it represents, is to not take yourself to be just that blob of sensations. You see? But we mistake it to mean as if you have to fixate your attention there or something like that. But it's not that. The witness is always staying as the witness, and the sensation can never become the witness or stay as the witness. So it is just a reminder to not take yourself to be that which you are not. So remain as the self, or remain as the sakshi, remain as the witnessing. It is just a reminder that you are not this moving bucket of sensations. Sound like a different Ananta woke out of bed today. Sounding a little more like. That's what you can never predict about these blob of sensations. What to take yourself to be. If you take yourself to be somebody who had awakening yesterday, one, what do you take yourself to be? What are your favorite representations? Chop heavy. Chop. Nothing? Chop the nothing. Chop. One nonsense. Huh? Have you become very meditative? I can't deal with this guy today. Chaitanya is like, today is the day I chose to come after school.
I've been all right.
What are you taking yourself to be? Hmm? Come on. Scared, just chop that scared. Just chop that scared. Guy. Chop.
When you say no thing, you can't even say space.
No thing you take yourself to be, no thing. Just chop it. Nonsense. Nonsense. Like the freshest looking scared guy I ever seen. And his face is full of joy. The words are like, I'm so scared.
Are you sure?
This is what happened. It's just like, because we feel like if we lose all of this representation, we'll lose something real. But actually, that's when you meet life. When you meet life truly, is empty of these ideas. I sound like a Bombay gangster. क्या रे बिडू क्या?
Because we are restarting the game again that we played on Monday.
It's all, it's just the game. It's all that game. Move out of your staleness, become fresh, open. All our representations are so stale, so old, same old stuff. This is what I believe. Forget it, it's all nonsense. Yes, I know it's all nonsense, but leave all your but and all that. Just leave it. I can't leave it, Father. Just leave it. Easy for you to say leave it, leave it. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. He'll call you again. Come. Chop. And what I'm describing in a very dramatic way is just our day-to-day life. Every moment you are fresh and free. You see? With this hypnotizer, calm. You see? I want freedom.
TV show Ananta-Part has an episode
Okay.
of a berry
Yeah.
makes you remember, and
Ah.
berries talk.
The berries talk. Okay.
Remember,
Ah.
and
Yeah.
it reminds you of some things that you loved when you were a kid,
Yeah.
like in the 80s.
Yeah.
Remember that movie? Remember? Oh yeah, I remember.
This is how it comes, exactly like that.
But
Yeah. Exactly. You're free now. Now this voice will come. But what about, remember when you got so angry yesterday? Or did you hear what you said? That doesn't sound free, and you're back to hypnotize. Like yesterday, forget. Tomorrow, forget. All this is nonsense. There is no such thing as the past.
that's it. Wait, what?
It plays this very, as if it's so obscure, no, what we are saying. But it's your reality. You're living in what I'm saying. I'm saying, what? That can't be true. You are that. Or the thoughts are going to, but can this really be?
sometimes it's like the celestial gem story.
What is the story?
Guruji keeps saying there's
Remind us.
this person who goes to the desert or some
Yeah.
place and keeps chipping away and finds small precious stones, and end of the week he would
Yeah.
go to the market and get 10-20 euros and chip
Yeah, yeah.
them. And one day while having lunch, this shiny object just falls in front of him. And it looks like a big piece of glass. And he says, "What is this transparent huge
Yeah.
thing?" And ties a rope and ties it around his mouth and continues chipping
Yeah.
it. So when somebody's watching it,
Yeah.
that guy comes and says, "Excuse me, can I borrow your donkey? I need to go to the next town and I'm late for an appointment. I'll pay 50 euros. 50 euros for this beast?
Yeah,
Take it."
take.
And he takes a donkey and Guruji starts gets down, takes the gem and pushes the donkey back. The donkey comes and this guy's chipping away and how strange things happen. Things fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
People buy old donkeys for 50 euros. The other guy's taking the gem. So the context in which he was saying was we need to value what we find. So when I heard that, it also sort of one of these questions of now that all these things are.
So you heard that and you
Am
started
I-
thinking about it.
Am I valuing? I mean, what's the right way to value? And how do you? The answer was keep coming to Satsang, keep saying thanks.
You feel like I won't chop that. All nonsense. Just throw it.
On a parallel
You know
note,
what really the story is about? It's about the donkey. It's not about either man. Think about that.
So there's a new series in Netflix called Inside Bill's Brain
Oh.
on Bill Gates.
Uh-huh.
Very nice
I'd
thing,
like
yeah.
to see it.
So when the interviewer asked him the question, "What are you scared of?"
Yeah.
His answer was, I said, that my brain might stop working.
Mm.
So
He's valued his whole life.
I was just thinking of thought, forget it. The biggest fear for
Yeah.
the world's richest man
Yeah.
is his brain stops working.
And it is going to.
Yeah.
But he doesn't use his brain anyway now.
What do you mean?
He's not running the company anymore.
No,
Oh,
he's
he's
doing
doing
very
other basic
bigger
stuff.
projects. Yeah.
There's nothing to think about
It's
that.
pretty interesting stuff. Nuclear, actually converting poop to water.
Many projects.
Yeah, many projects. Polio.
There's also a nice series called Brain Games on
Uh-huh.
Netflix about how the brain misinterprets things, biases, prejudices.
She reminded me. Fresh God. Fresh God is here. Don't change it for some stale idea. It's like that. Bad trade. Your divine presence is here. Your very being, you see, is the light of this universe. Not some stale idea of your being. Not some past discovery. Now, who's giving light to this now? Such a simple question. The light that you perceive, who gives light to that light? Your very existence, your very being. This dream appears in your light and fades back into your own being, your own self. This dream character is very provisional, very temporary. This could be done in the next moment, might never show up again. How much you want to feed this one? What can you give to it? What animates this appearance? How long will we chase freedom for that dream character who doesn't even exist? When I say, what are you taking yourself to be? It is no different than asking, what are you playing as? Playing as if you are that. And whatever you could say would be the same lie. Whatever you could say would be the same lie. And this blob of sensation, what story does it have? The same sensation yesterday. That you say, yesterday this happened to me and today this happened to me. Was it the same sensation? constantly changing. I'm not speaking of conversational. You're saying what you really take it to be seriously. This is my reality. Not like, of course, you can say yesterday I heard this story, it's fine.
How would you check?
Don't have to check. What are you checking?
How is the last sensations that you felt? Was it the same?
Yeah, yeah. Take my word for it. It wasn't the same. Exactly. So when I ask, for example, all I'm asking is that is it not doubtable? You see? And if it is doubtable, forget it. Hold on to only that which is beyond doubt. Like, what do we really know? See, because the rest is all pretense. That's so good we share like that. So when we say this is what happened to me yesterday, yesterday is made up, me is made up, happened is made up. You see? Made up in what way? It is imminently doubtful. You see? So we just pick out the most common thread in all these stories, which is the me. Because the deconstruction of this me will deconstruct all the stories. Because all of them are centered around this non-existent me. Don't have to do any work. Remember the potato tomato story. If you're digging, you're not going to find tomatoes. If it needs resolution, it is not the truth. If you can figure it out, it is not the truth. If you can find it or lose it, it is not the truth. Yeah. So how to find tomatoes?
It's not tomato.
There's no For tomatoes you need an axe. For potatoes you need a shovel. What is the axe? It is a Zen axe. What is the Zen? What does the Zen master say is my most powerful tool? He said it is mu. Yeah, which is a beautiful story. I say mu, I mean no. Yes. Is this the truth? No. Is that the truth then? No. Is there no truth? No. Nothing is the truth? No. I can never find it? No. Have I found it? No. So that is the Zen axe. It's a beautiful coincidence, of course, that move. Does the dog have Buddha nature? No. It's supposed to be one of the most popular koans.
Does the dog not have Buddha nature?
No. Does Buddha have Buddha nature? No.
Never mind understand.
No. Then what happened is that teachers like Nagarjuna, then they were attacked by their own community, the Buddhists, saying, "But you are negating everything. Then why you call yourself a Buddhist? You see, then you are denying that there is Buddha." Then so the teacher explained that you are misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding. To take the concept of anything to be reality is the same clinging, equals suffering in Buddhism. So it is the same clinging, and even if you cling to the highest notions, it is still suffering. So to be empty of all of this, which is the same as what Shankara is pointing us to. So there is no actual debate in reality. The Shankara is saying, go beyond concept, go beyond percept, go to your swanubhuti, which is the most direct experience of yourself. Beyond all other means of knowing, there is the simplicity of this intuitive self-recognition. So both the projects were the same. Of the Vedantians and the Buddhists, the projects were the same, but the means of expression were different. Good for today. you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. Guru Kripa Keval.